Hi, I'm Kelly Ryan. I'm a senior consultant with OneBridge. Today we're going to talk about organizational change management, a topic that's near and dear to my heart. Organizational change management is such an important part when it comes to data because data affects everything. It affects your people, it affects processes, it affects technology, it affects all aspects of your business. So what is organizational change management? What is change at an organization anyway? Change happens at two levels. At the organizational level, you make your plans to do the changes. You manage changes across the organization. You make sure all your policies and procedures and everything supporting the change is up to date. But at an individual level is what a lot of companies forget. A lot of organizations just do those things about, okay, I'm going to do the training and I'm going to do the communication and that's it. Well, change is a process. Change is a journey for individuals. And you have to recognize that and deal with the individual emotions regarding change as well. So what does a change process look like? If you were to engage OneBridge, what do we do? Well, it's basically a 5-step process. The first step of the process is to understand the impact of the change and understand the readiness of your organization. Once you understand both the impact of the changes on the people and your organization's readiness, then what you can do is create your change management strategy. That could involve a lot of different strategies. But again, it all goes back to that first step. Once you create your strategy, then you can create a plan. You execute your plan, and you close out your change management process. So what does it look like to assess a change? What exactly do you do? Well, first off, you need to make sure that the vision of the change is tied to your strategy. And it's not so much as, well, it's there, we know it, but it's can you articulate it? Once you've established your vision, you can create metrics surrounding the change. You can be able to judge, how do I know the change is effective? Those metrics will help you know. Then you look at the stakeholder groups. Stakeholders are anybody who's affected by a change. You break out your stakeholder groups and understand exactly, very particularly, how they're impacted by the change. You also want to know, is there any resistance? Once you understand the change and the impact on the people, then you can move forward. You also have to assess organizational readiness. Now, organizational readiness is, you've tied it to strategy, but do you have the procedures in place that can support the change? If you have that organizational readiness, and there isn't too much change occurring in your organization, then you have a lower risk change. Sometimes people say, well, it's just the flavor of the week. We change all the time and I don't have to do it because it's gonna go away. Well, that's not what you want as an organization. You need to be able to convince them that this is important and key to strategy because data is key to strategy as well. So you assess the impact of the change on the people, you assess the organization's readiness for the change. Then you're ready to develop the strategy. The strategy can consist of many pieces. Once you've established your strategy, you can go forward with your plan. Another really common problem that organizations have with the communications is they just send out one email. It's to everyone. And we told them why we're changing, but they didn't change. Why not? Well, maybe they didn't understand how that change affects them and their work. Maybe they didn't understand that they needed to learn these new skills. Maybe they weren't taught those new skills. So it's a combination of willingness, ability, and confidence. So they need to understand why they need to be willing to make the change. They need to learn what they need to do differently, and then they need to have confidence in those skills to be able to do the new behaviors. Once you've got your plan and you've executed your plan, then you close out your change management. And hopefully, it's successful with very limited problems.